are, folks, rounding out another edition of the Wrestling Rundown, edition 74.
Still running with that edition.
Yeah.
It's a good decal.
Like every time we do one of these, the end of the edition volume week episode.
Whatever we're calling it.
Indie news.
See?
Where we talk about the guys who you're not going to see on the network every week. These are the guys that you have to pay $20, $50, $15, sometimes free. If it's a charity show of some sort, maybe, I don't know. At your local gymnasium, sportatorium, a recreation center, Moose Lodge, Eagles Lodge, Elks Lodge, Armory, Carnival, Music Festival. That's a thing that a lot of people are doing now. Or baseball fields.
Yeah. None of that going on this time, though.
No. Indie news, we talk about them independent wrestlers who bust their asses, who try and make a living not wrestling for guys like WWE or Impact Wrestling.
Even though some of them have.
Yes. Some of them have. Some of them have tried and failed. Some of them tried and succeeded. And are back on the independents. So let's delve right into this. We got a double header this weekend.
Yes.
Two big promotions going head to head with Ring of Honor, Survival of the Fittest, and Tommy Dreamer's House of Hardcore.
Is that 11 and 12? Or?
Numbers 10 and 11.
10 and 11.
So you take it away with night one.
All right. So night one of Survival of the Fittest was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This was
Where they walk all the mills.
This was on Friday the 13th. So in a pre-show match, we had Cheeseburger defeat the Outlaw with a palm strike. But then moving into the actual tournament, our
Inside Outlaw.
Our first match was a four-corner survival match where Christopher Daniels defeated Hanson, Kenny King, and Mark Briscoe after hitting Mark Briscoe with a Uranagi and the best moonsault ever.
BME.
So he moves on to night two's main event. In a singles qualifier, we had Roderick Strong defeat Cedric Alexander with a superplex, gutbuster, and sick kick to pick up the win and move on to the main event. We had a triple threat match.
He did all three of those moves at the same time.
Yep. We had a triple threat match. We had Silas Young defeat Adam Page and Dalton Castle after hitting Dalton Castle with misery.
Boo!
And then he and the Beer City Bruiser beat down Dalton Castle after the match.
Boo! Hate you!
Taking a step back from the tournament, we had the tag team titles on the line where the Kingdom retained against Red Dragon with a spike pile driver on Kyle O'Reilly. Both Adam Cole, who was at commentary, him and Maria both got involved, and at one point Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly actually had to be pulled apart. I don't know if this was pre or post match. Obviously it wasn't during the match because then the Kingdom would have got disqualified. So yeah, lots of issues between them still. I got a little bit more information about that on the ROH TV taping. We had another four-corner survival match where Jay Briscoe defeated Kazarian, Rhett Titus, and Raymond Rowe after hitting Titus with a discus punch and a J Driller. So he moves on to the six-way eliminator. Triple threat match, Michael Elgin defeated Adam Cole and Moose with an Elgin bomb on Cole after Kyle O'Reilly distracted Adam Cole. And then our final qualifier was the fifth match in the Best of 5 series, ACH taking it over Matt Sydal with the Midnight Star. And then in the main event, we had the Bullet Club defeat House of Truth when AJ Styles, the #1 contender, hit Jay Lethal, the world champion, with a Styles Clash.
Hey, check that out.
That was night one of Survival of the Fittest.
Could that be foreshadowing?
Possibly. That was night one of Survival of the Fittest. We're going to move on to House of Hardcore number 10.
Yes, House of Hardcore X. I'm sure if you put that in Google, you'll
extreme.
Yeah, you get some nasty stuff.
Don't do that, kids.
Yeah, houseofhardcore.net.
Yes.
Don't go to houseofhardcore.com. Made that mistake. That is not safe at the workplace. NSFW.
I was just going to say that. All right.
We opened up with Yusuke Kodama defeating Ben Ortiz. We had Chris Hero defeating Lance Hoyt in a match of tall guys with long hair.
All right.
Tony Nese defeated JT Dunn and Alex Reynolds in a three-way eliminator. We had a 10-man tag. I had to count how many people were in the tag match. One night
They
had
had a mini stroke there. Sorry about that.
One night had an 8 and one night had a 10.
That's right. Okay.
I don't remember which was which. We had the FBI, Team Tremendous, and Colt Cabana defeat the Samoan Empire, Mia Yim, and Vic Delicious. And this was Bill Carr hitting the Canadian Destroyer on Vic Delicious.
Which is going to happen as many times as Tommy Dreamer can make it happen.
Yeah. Fat guys doing flippy pile drivers.
You
that
go, Tommy
sells
Dreamer.
tickets. We had the House of Hardcore 9 rematch where Eddie Kingston defeated Tommaso Ciampa. We had a Rhino defeat Abyss in a no DQ match. We had Austin Aries defeat Bobby Roode. And then we had in the main event Tommy Dreamer and Yoshihiro Tajiri defeat EC3 and Eric Young.
Which eventually turned into just a big brawl. I know that Sabu eventually put Pepper Park through a table.
Yes.
Because Cherry Bomb posted it on her Instagram, saying
Yeah,
that
during that match, Chris Mordetsky, aka Chris Masters, came out, tried to put the Master Lock on Tommy Dreamer. Sandman came out to take care of Chris Masters, and then Pepper Parks came out to attack them, and that brought out Sabu. So we ended up having the ECW guys taking out all sorts of people from not ECW.
Yeah, Cherry Bomb posted it saying, so Sabu put my husband through a table. That's a sentence I never thought I'd ever say. So yeah, that sounded like a good show.
Yeah, I'd watch it. I would so hard. You can go.
Okay. Survival of the Fittest Night 2. So before we get to our eliminator, our 6-way eliminator at the main event that will decide who is the survival of the fittest, we had some other matches happen pre-show. We had Shaheem.
Which city was this in?
This was in Hopkins, Minnesota.
Ah, okay.
We had Shaheem Ali defeat
I
Kevin
think
Lee.
Anthony Hopkins lives there.
We had Shaheem Ali defeat Kevin Lee Davidson with a top rope splash. I'm guessing that happened really quickly, and you'll find out if you find out why I think that when we get to the ROH TV, because that guy's not very impressive. He's got big old man titties. If that impresses you, that's about the most impressive thing about this guy. All right, so we had Cedric Alexander defeat Will Ferrara with the lumbar check. We had Dalton Castle defeat Adam Page with the whirly bird. I don't know what that is, but I like the name.
That's probably that move we fucking don't have a name for.
All right,
Here's a little Alabama slam spin out.
that's
thingy.
That's probably what it is.
The whirly bird.
The whirly
I
bird.
like it.
We had Mark Briscoe defeat Frankie Kazarian with a froggy bow. The Kingdom defeated. This is all 3 members of the Kingdom defeated Moose and War Machine.
How did they defeat War Machine?
With the spike pile driver. I don't know on who.
How did you guys defeat War Machine?
We had Jay Diesel defeat
Say
Cheeseburger.
Machine. That's a fucking fun to say. War Machine.
I'm gonna leave that to you. That's a you thing.
That's a terrifying team to go against too, by the way.
The Young Bucks defeated the All Night Express with the Meltzer driver. We had AJ Styles defeat Matt Sydal with a Styles Clash. Red Dragon defeated Jay Lethal and Donovan Dijak with Chasing the Dragon. And unfortunately, due to a concussion, Roderick Strong actually had to pull out of the main event, leaving it a 5-way eliminator.
Oh, dang. They should have replaced him with Dalton Castle,
Well, he did.
who won a match earlier.
But he didn't win a qualifier the night before.
Yeah, well, they should have just made the match he was in a replacement qualifier. Shame on you, Ring of Honor. Missed opportunities.
I don't think Silas Young would have liked that. But that's okay, because Silas Young was the first one eliminated by ACH with a German suplex. Then Christopher Daniels eliminated ACH with the best moonsault ever. Jay Briscoe then eliminated Christopher Daniels with a J Driller. And in the finale, Michael Elgin with an Elgin bomb, I'm pretty sure, because it didn't actually say on the site I was looking at, eliminated Jay Briscoe to be the first ever 2-time winner of Survival of the Fittest.
That's a really fit man, baby.
And says that he wants his title match in Japan.
Oh.
So,
Next year's Japan tour.
so yeah, Jay Lethal, if you're still
Tours of Japan.
champion, heading to the Japan shows, you got an angry-looking man baby who's very fit to survive coming after your title. That's it for Survival of the Fittest Night 2. We're going to move on to House of Hardcore X1.
In my head, Dalton Castle won.
Yay, with the whirly word.
Yep. All right, on Saturday the 14th, same time as that was happening,
Yep.
in Hopkins, in somewhere else,
In somewhere else.
we had...
Weren't they the
Oh,
23rd
can I
arena?
mention, on night one for sure, I think they might have been in New York for the second one.
Okay.
That I forgot to mention that Dean Malenko was inducted in the
yeah.
Hardcore Hall of Fame during the first night, the 2300 arena.
And this was
And
on the 13th, correct?
Yes, and then during that his induction, he inducted Eddie Guerrero.
On the 10-year anniversary of Eddie's death.
Yeah.
So, good on you, Dean. And if you haven't listened to Talk is Jericho this week, it's Dean Malenko, Chris Jericho, and Chavo Guerrero all remembering Eddie Guerrero. 2-hour podcast talking about Eddie Guerrero.
I can imagine they probably could have gone a lot longer.
Probably. Rey Mysterio was supposed to be there, but he wasn't able to get there.
So on the 14th at House of Hardcore 11, aka X1, we had Brian Myers defeat Lance Hoyt.
Gate Crashers implode.
Gate Crashers there. We had Thea Trinidad defeat Jade. We had Eric Young defeat Tony Nese. We had Tommaso Ciampa defeat Alex Reynolds and JT Dunn. Note that was JT Dunn and Alex Reynolds both lost 2 different 3-way eliminators. So they're bad at 3-way eliminators. Then we had a 8-man tag match in which the team of Ben Ortiz, Eddie Kingston, Hale Collins, and Vic Delicious were defeated by Yusuke Kodama, Team Tremendous, and Officer Colt Cabana.
Yeah.
We had the Monsters Ball match where Sabu defeated Abyss, Tajiri defeated Chris Hero in the New York Street Fight, or so it was dubbed on the website, which makes me think they were in New York.
That would make sense.
EC3 defeated Tommy Dreamer, and in the main event, the Wolves, Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards, successfully defended the TNA Tag Team Championships against Bobby Roode and Austin Aries, guys who went against each other the night before. TNA.
Good on you, Tommy. Trying to keep that company alive.
I liked them a lot in 2006.
Alright, we're going to finish off with ROH TV. If you plan on watching Destination America this coming Wednesday, you can do that, or you can click at the time that you can find at the bottom of your screen right now. You skip to there, and you won't get any spoilers if you plan on watching it this week.
And if you keep going, like right now, you're too late, and we're going to start talking about it, because shit happened.
Yep. We had War Machine taking on Silas Young and the Beer City Bruiser. Lots of interference by the boys. There was a lot of really cheesy, segments where fucking Silas Young's trying to turn the boys into men, and it's just...
Yeah.
It's bad.
I just really want one day, maybe at the next pay-per-view, what is it, Final Battle?
Yeah.
That just, as a joke, Boys to Men come out with Silas Young.
Jesus. War Machine would end up picking up the win. Beer City Bruiser actually went for a fucking senton off the apron, trying to hit Rowe, I believe. And yeah, because both the boys were holding Rowe, and then Rowe actually pushed the boys in front, and they got squashed by Beer City Bruiser. He ends up getting taken out on the outside, and then Silas ends up getting hit with Fallout. And
4?
No. You distracted. No, Silas ended up getting taken out on the outside by Hanson, and the Beer City Bruiser, who got back in the ring, ended up getting hit with Fallout.
4.
No.
Damn it.
And War Machine picks up. You need to stop. You need to stop. All right.
Stop what?
So we got the verdict on King Carino.
Okay.
Nigel McGuinness.
Come on, Nigel.
Nigel McGuinness brought out King Carino,
Nigel.
is saying, you understand what you did, you understand why you're in this situation. It's because a couple weeks ago, you grabbed BJ Whitmer by the throat. That could have caused more injury, and then you punched him with the roll of quarters. So unfortunately, due to the zero tolerance policy, he cannot reinstate King Carino as a commentator. But he can reinstate him as a wrestler. He's talked to BJ Whitmer, and at Final Battle, we will get BJ Whitmer versus King Carino. Carino gets the microphone and lets us know that, unfortunately, the doctors have told him that his neck is causing too many issues. He is still losing feeling in his hands, and he has to have major neck surgery that will have to fuse at least 3 vertebrae, so his in-ring career is over, and he has officially walked away from Ring of Honor. It was a very sad situation.
He'll be back.
Maybe.
Final Battle.
Maybe.
BJ Whitmer will goad him into it.
I'm actually thinking that he'll call Carino he'll call him a coward or something, saying that he's using this injury to, to avoid fighting him, and they'll give Carino the chance to pick his opponent, and it'll either be somebody big and scary, or like someone who like BJ has had like previous beefs with, or it'll be Colby's first win on the Ring of Honor roster. Then we had Michael Elgin defeat
Come on, King Carino.
Kevin Lee Davidson, the guy I was talking about, who lost to Shaheem Ali. He lost to Michael Elgin with a clothesline. Like, the only move that happened was a discus clothesline.
Tell me though, if you get hit with a discus clothesline from Michael Elgin, are you getting up?
If I weigh 300 pounds, I might have a little bit more to say about it.
Alright.
But then Elgin lets...
I'm staying down.
Elgin lets Lethal know that he's coming for that championship.
No, I'm staying down. Because if I get up, that means I'm going to get an Elgin bomb.
Alright. Then, in the main event, this match was fantastic. We had the Kingdom taking on the Addiction. And through the entire match, it was which team could be more heel. Absolutely fantastic.
The formula of a match like this is my favorite, not my favorite kind of match, but an extremely entertaining kind of match, because the same thing happened at Chikara during the 12 Large Summit.
Mm-hmm.
We had Icarus and Claudio Castagnoli, leaders of their respective
Right.
stables, Fist and the BDK, who were both like the top 2 heels in Chikara at the time, had to go against each other, and they basically did the same thing, where it was who could be the most heel.
This was so...
Who could be the heelist?
So Taven and Daniels started the match, and so they start slugging it out, and then each of them starts going off. Like Taven goes off one side and gets hit in the back by Kazarian, and then Daniels goes off the other side, gets hit in the back by Bennett, and they did that about 3 different times. Then there was a slugfest between Taven and Daniels on the outside, and then Bennett and Kazarian were in, and they both went for the double Eddie spot, where they both had a tag team title, and they looked at each other, the referee wasn't looking, they both dropped the belts and then bumped, and they're both like, Maria's yelling and Saban's yelling, they both end up getting ejected from ringside. It's just fucking insane. The ref ends up getting knocked down, Maria runs back down, and she's about to get hit with Angel's Wings, and Taven ends up saving her, and then Daniels gets taken out, and then Kazarian starts to go after Maria again, but then the KRD member who's been messing with the Addiction comes down and ends up super kicking... Oh, I forgot to mention, Maria super kicked Christopher Daniels.
Oh.
But then the KRD member ends up super kicking Kazarian, allowing Bennett to hit a... Oh, he hit the spear, ended up pinning Kazarian this is for the tag team titles. They retain, which now means that they have to defend the tag team titles against War Machine at Final Battle. War Machine come down, have a stare down with the champions at the end, letting them know they're coming for those tag titles. A fantastic match, so much fun. If you didn't get to see it, check it out on Destination America. this Wednesday. If not, you're fucked.
I'm voting for more War Machine to happen.
But that is it for Ring of Honor. We're going to talk about some news stories that happened over the last couple days. We'll start off with a little bit of a downer.
A little bit of a downer, yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we had the passing of WWE Hall of Famer and just overall, probably if there was a wrestling-related Hall of Fame, I'm certain he was in it somewhere. Nick Bockwinkel passed away.
Yeah, a lot of people saying he's the greatest AWA champion of all time.
Oh yeah, I mean he was the AWA champion. If you ever knew anything about AWA, he was in my opinion, he was the standard bearer in AWA, and was a precursor to a lot of wrestlers who we think are great talkers and great workers. Yeah, was 80 years old.
Yeah, he would have been 81 on December 6th.
So yeah, very short of his 81st birthday.
Yeah.
He had been having a lot of health complications. Had triple bypass heart surgery.
Yeah, back November of 2007.
In 2007, which was the same year he was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame.
So yeah, a lot of people there's no actual diagnosis yet as to what caused his death, but a lot of people are saying that it was probably heart failure of some kind.
Yeah. So we at the Wrestling Rundown send our condolences to the surviving members of the Bockwinkel family.
Yes. And then in interesting but kind of disappointing news, Billy Gunn was released from his WWE contract. He will not be training or coaching at the Performance Center anymore due to increased levels of performance-enhancing drugs.
Super elevated testosterone rate that was caught while he was being tested at a powerlifting competition.
Yeah, the legal limit of this drug is 4-to-1 as far as the ratio goes, and Billy Gunn tested for 37-to-1.
Yeah,
that's a little higher than you should probably be going, but he's already getting indie bookings.
Well, yeah, no, it was like immediately right after he was released. There was a promotion, I don't remember which promotion it was, but they were already saying, hey, we got Billy Gunn, get your tickets now.
Yeah. So, good for that company, and, we'll probably be talking about Billy Gunn a little bit more often.
Yeah, well, I know Billy Gunn, what was it? He was banned from competitive powerlifting for 4 years?
For about 4 years, up until the point that he got caught with these...
And probably rebanned.
Probably
a permanent ban this time.
Well, yeah,
I could imagine if you were banned for 4 years and you just fucking violate the policy again.
As soon as you come back.
You're probably going to get banned. Permanently.
The weird thing about this is WWE didn't even know that he was doing these competitions.
Yeah.
How do you not know that?
Billy Gunn's just, nightlife.
Alright. Well.
He's masturbating. He's going under Gilly Bunn. He's signing up to all the powerlifting competitions under his brother's name. Bart.
Monty Sop, as he's, or Soap. Is it Sop or Soap?
Sop. Kip James, bitch.
Kip James, bitch. All right.
Yeah.
We'll finish up with one more story.
Can we do a picture real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, check it out. Figures Toy Company released
a gallows face.
Yeah, it's a painted up this time.
I immediately thought it kind of looked like Uncle Fester from Addams Family.
Tiger print Uncle Fester.
It's Uncle Fester cosplaying as a white tiger.
There you go. He's cosplaying as Bengala.
There you go.
Lucha Underground reference.
Yeah.
And they're coming back in a few months.
Yeah, they are. Good
the
stuff.
week wrap-up's going to get a whole lot flippier.
Hell yeah.
Unless they change days.
Maybe.
What if they're on Fridays?
Oh, we'll have a Friday video again.
Episodes.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's alright.
Just add them to the Indy
It'll be
news.
one hour show to talk about on Fridays.
The Indy news.
Alright, so when WWE was in Manchester, England this past Monday for Raw, 4 indie females got a chance to have a tryout. We had Nina Samuels, Jody Champagne or Champagne, or
Champagne-y.
Champagne, however you want to say it.
It's champagne with an I before the last E.
Toni Storm and Jessica Rose all had tryouts this past Monday, so good for those ladies. New possible inclusions into the Divas Revolution. So
yeah, and also going along with new talents showing up in WWE over the past weekend during the Halloween weekend. We did have the official NXT live event debuts of Rich Swann and Biff Busick.
yeah, and just because we're talking about WWE, Randy Orton got married. So congratulations, Randy Orton.
Congrats, Viper, Legend Killer, Apex Predator, youngest WWE champion ever,
Yes.
and does he have any other nicknames?
I think that's it. Fucking Snake.
For somebody who's been in WWE for so long, you have a resoundingly low amount of nicknames.
Wasn't he called like the blue eyed
Third generation superstar?
Wasn't he like the blue eyed devil or blue eyed demon or something like that?
I don't remember that. I would have made fun of that name a lot.
They only called him that for like a second.
Probably because it sounded stupid.
I think King and Cole said it once. So anyway, let's move on to some upcoming shows because we don't have a lot.
No. Do you have anything?
I have TV tapings for Ring of Honor coming up on the 20th.
All right, go.
All right. So only 4 matches are announced. This is the Road to Final Battle. This will be Friday the 20th in the Nashville Fairgrounds.
There's a lot of roads to wrestling shows, I've noticed.
It's a popular theme. We have the Briscoes taking on the Young Bucks. We have Veda Scott taking on Heidi Lovelace.
Wow.
ODB versus Taylor Hendricks. And an appearance by Jerry Lynn.
Hey, I like that Jerry Lynn guy.
So that's all I got for upcoming stuff.
He was a really good wrestler.
Yeah, he was. It's kind of like Mr. JL. Almost as good as that guy.
Yeah. And
what do you
Mr.
got?
JL, he was the best guy ever in whatever promotion he was in.
Somewhere in Japan.
Could be WCW. Under a mask. I think a mask guy in WCW named Mr. JL.
Huh.
He was fucking awesome. He was like the whole damn show.
Okay, what do you have?
On the 21st, the day after your TV tapings,
Hey.
we've got a double header. We've got the first show, which is a co-promoted show between WSU and CCW called Cherry T. The expenses of Cherry Bomb's medical treatments for her injury are high. They cost a lot of money. So this first show, all the proceeds go to covering her medical expenses.
That's really cool.
I think it's cool if a lot of indie companies could do this for their people. I know, obviously, not as many independent promotions are as successful as Combat Zone Wrestling or Chikara
True.
or PWG or Ring of Honor. But Combat Zone Wrestling has been around long enough and has been successful enough that they can put on a show and give all the proceeds away to one of their people. It's another reason why I'd like to see there be some sort of a wrestlers union where they could get health insurance.
Let's make that happen.
I mean, it's been a thing that's been talked about by a lot of people for years and years and years. And, it'd be cool, but unrealistic.
Yeah.
Not enough people want to get into that. Or make it happen. But at Cherry T, we're going to have an 8-person intergender tag team match. We've got Greg Excellent teaming up with Amanda Rodriguez, Jules Malone, and Sassy Stephanie to take on Sozio, Penelope Ford, Brittany Blake, and Joey Janela. We're going to have Annie Social versus Henia. We're going to have Lufisto versus Rich Cataloo. If you haven't seen that cat, he's not pretty. And you'll get it when you see the picture that we're going to post here.
Yeah.
Because we're posting pictures for these matches.
Yeah.
The Dollhouse versus Team Tremendous in tag team action. We've got Leva Bates, FKA Blue Pants, versus Solo Darling. And in the main event, we're going to have Jessica Havoc and Matt Tremont versus Pepper Parks and Allison Kay.
All right.
But then, a couple hours later, we're going to start CZW's Night of Infamy.
Oh, shit.
where we're going to have Dave Christ versus Sozio pulling double duty. We're going to have Team TV ready, that's Black G's and Pepper Parks, taking on the Nation of Intoxications, Devin Moore and Lucky 13. We're going to have Chainsaw Joe Gacy versus Tim Donst. Greg Excellence versus the Nation of Intoxications, Connor Claxton. We're going to have Drew Gulak versus Masada. We're going to have the Nation of Intoxications, Danny Havoc versus AR Fox. We're going to have Joey Janela defending the Wired Championship against Leo Rush. We're going to have Team Tremendous defending the CZW Tag Team Championships against the Hooligans. And we're going to have Matt Tremont defending the CZW Championship in a, what the hell was it called?
Squared
Circle of Sacrifice match.
It's fucked up.
It sounds terrifying. It sounds like
there's
this is
death
part
involved.
match.
There's death involved.
Part wrestling, part Saw, part Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Matt Tremont versus DJ Hyde.
I saw Indiana Jones versus Jigsaw.
And the old guy or Billy the Doll?
Both.
Oh, handicap match. So, I mean, we'll tell you if we find out what the hell
I'm sure we will.
Involved in a Squared Circle of Sacrifice match.
It's
all
that
bad. I remember is that
isn't it supposed to be like different pieces
the,
of like other matches they've had all
it's
combined?
supposed to be
That's
one match
up.
one match that encapsulates the entire feud of Matt Tremont versus
That's
DJ
fucked
Hyde.
up. It's CCW. It's kind of fucked up. It doesn't matter what combination of things it is. It's fucked up.
Travis?
Yeah, Kev?
It's gonna be fucked up.
It's going to be fucked up.
Alright.
Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe.
Click all those links,
All of
especially the ones at the top of the list, because they talk about all the people we just got done talking about.
Especially like CZWrestling.com,
LookMonoFans.com,
ChikaraPro.com,
ROHWrestling.com,
ProWrestlingGorilla.com,
and many, many more. And below that are all the links to all of our stuff. We got Facebook, we got Twitter, we got Tumblr, we got Instagram, we got Reddit, we got 2 emails, and for those of you watching on YouTube, we got a SoundCloud so you can listen to the podcast. Because we are not Colt Cabana, but hey, thanks to all of you that have been listening to the podcast. Thanks to the people that have been following the podcast. Thanks to everyone that's been favoring, liking, sharing, all that stuff with
retweeting,
the videos.
reblogging.
We appreciate it so very much.
Liking us on the Facebook.
And once again, for those of you who are listening to the podcast, you have until this Wednesday to listen to episode 74, because as of Wednesday, episode 75 will begin the uploading process.
We are getting way too uncomfortably close to the episode where Thomas will fuck himself.
Oh no!
That's only 25 episodes away as of this Monday.
That's 25 weeks away. Oh shit. That's gonna be like next summer. It's gonna be hot, it's gonna be sticky, it's gonna be weird.
So get ready for SummerSlam predictions and that happening simultaneously.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, and in one other note, WWE Divas, watch out. Ronda Rousey's on the loose.
Oh shit.
She lost to Holly Holmes. And, yeah. I'm sure if she has her way, she'll be showing up sooner than later.
Good luck, ladies.
But, yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Fun.
And we'll see you guys next week for episode 75.
75. XXXXXXXXV. 75. 75. 75 for daddy.